one last time for you guys in the Twitch chat so you can follow along with us and keep an eye on that. So I'm going to let them know we got 1 minute. I'm going to post the rules. No, actually, no, I'm not going to post the rules. We're just going to post our first match, guys. Thank you so much for participating in this. This is our first match ever in our first playoffs, our second season ever. We started our third, so this is a great trend that we're going. Really, really excited to be at this point and to have all the support and learn from all of you guys. So thank you. Without your help, this would not be possible. Kodo versus Bounty. Best of 3 series. Here we go, guys. This is going to be our first match starting up. Let's take a quick look at their builds once they start entering. Did I type it out? Yeah, I think I did. So Kodo versus Bounty. So this is Bounty, I believe. Kodo is here. I know that. So this is Bountiful Mayhem. He is running... better not be Condi. No, it's not Condi. He's running Infiltration with Marauder, Greatsword with Sword Focus. He's got on this hand Dueling, Domination, and Mirage. And as I mentioned, both of these guys are really strong. I haven't seen Bounty run Mirage very often, so maybe he's got a little bag of tricks and something we haven't seen take off his opponent by a little by surprise. But Kodo is an experienced PvPer. He's dealt with many Mirages in the past. Curious to see how he deals with Bounty. He's running Devastation, Invocation, and Herald Sword Staff with Leadership and Demolisher. And he's been accustomed to this Power Revenant for a long, long time. He knows how to play this class exceptionally well. About to start our first match. So here we go, guys. Thanks for joining me. This is a moment in history. First playoffs ever that we've conducted here. So nice mitigation from both of these classes. Kodo using a lot of his staff mitigation to get through a lot of that burst coming out from Vintage Mirage, trying to force him to use a little bit of his invuln. Going underneath, trying to get that Sword 3 on top of him. Good pushback, trying to get the counter pressure. Good invuln coming out from Kodo, trying to mitigate most of that. Using a lot of autos, but Vintage is in a little bit of trouble. Trying to use that distortion to get out. Let's take a look at his cooldowns. No, he hasn't used the distortion. Nice patience. He still has 2 jaunts available to him. His False Oasis coming into play here. Tries to get the pull from that Veil. Not able to get it. Kodo playing this really well. Nice job. Again, going in for the big burst. Good counter by Vintage. Getting the nice pushback, creating that good distance. Autos all over on top of him. Kodo's in a lot of trouble. Let's take a look at his cooldowns here. He doesn't have his heal. He's not back into his other stance, or his heal stance, excuse me. Is that Shiro? There he goes. Finally swaps over. No, he's still in Shiro over here. Going in for the kill, trying to get that pressure onto Vintage Matt Misery. This is Bountiful. He's still got that one jaunt to him. Not left here. Does have the Signet of Bite. This could be spell disaster for Vintage. He goes into stealth, trying to get the autos. Nice glint elite. Doesn't connect on Vintage. Good exchange coming out from both of them over here. And Vintage Mirage takes the down on that one. Let's take a quick look at that replay on this one, guys. Really good job. And as you can see throughout the entire tournament, it's a lot of that quick engage, disengage, engage, disengage. And this is where you can start to tell the tier of player. They really go in with that big burst of what they have, exit again, try to recompose themselves, see what they have left in the barrel, then go back in. I wouldn't mind seeing an Angel or I wouldn't mind seeing a Necro in this. I'm very curious to see what these individuals are bringing. All of these guys are very, very strong competitors. They compete in all of my tournaments, and they're multi-classers. So whatever they bring to the table, I'm very curious to see. Kodo usually plays Rev, so it's no surprise to see this. But Bountiful, I haven't seen him play Mirage, so this is a little bit of a treat for me. It's like seeing a brand new player. Let's see if Vintage makes any changes. I don't believe so. He did get that win on Kodo. Good job. I like Infiltration. I'm actually using that on one of my tunes. Pretty nice. Take a look at Kodo on this side. I don't believe he's made any major changes to his build. Now, and that's one of the things with the top players. You don't necessarily have to make a change with your build. It's just your gameplay, your style of approaching the opponent, how to bait them out a bit. These can all play a major factor. Tries to get the glint. Easily visible by Vintage Misery, mitigating that very quickly. Trying to get the good counter pressure onto Kodo. Nice evade coming out from him. He's running out of a little bit of mitigation over here. Sword 3 right back onto Vintage. Nice job using the LOS to try to create a little bit of anti-pressure. Kodo tries to get the Shackling Wave. Actually does connect with that Shackling Wave onto Vintage, giving him a little bit of pressure. Let's take a look at his cooldowns. He doesn't have Distortions. False Oasis finally does come up. He ends up proccing it, trying to get the big damage. Nice job by Kodo using the LOS again, just sidestepping that major damage. Big push coming out from Vintage Misery. A lot of pressure coming out to Kodo, but he mitigates most of it. Vintage trying to create a little more distance. He's got to be careful because Kodo does have that port. Doesn't matter where he goes on the map. If he's close enough, he can just counter pressure very, very quickly, close the gap instantaneously. He does have the false oasis coming back up. Let's take a look at Kodo. He's kind of sitting back. And you guys, both of these guys kind of have a lot of respect for each other. Any kind of extra seconds that they can get to get some cooldowns back is very valuable to them without getting any DPS down. Nice port coming out from Vintage, just mitigating that big glint elite from Kodo. And that would have opened a nice combo for Kodo if he was able to connect it. And I don't think I've seen him connect with any of the 4 elites that he's used so far. Really good job coming out from Misery, mitigating most of that. Nice job getting that big damage, but Kodo mitigating most of it. He does have his heal over here. He's got to be very careful on baiting it. Bountyfield is no fool, but he actually does resustain him all the way up to about 3/4 of a health. Vintage Misery is in a little bit of a sticky situation. First time we're going to see the Map Mechanic guys, 10 seconds left. This is where they got to keep an eye on their cooldowns and try to put some pressure onto their opponent before they can, the Map Mechanic engages so they can't heal up. Really good job out of both of these guys. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Both of them sitting at about 70%. Perfectly even. Now he's standing in the AoE, and this is what I mean. I'll back up the camera a bit so you guys can kind of see what's happening. Nice job from Kodo. They're both veterans. They understand the map mechanic. You can see it's starting to encroach on the opponents. The middle one is stationary, and there's no healing available. Vintage Mirage is going down. Kodo drives this into a Game 3 series. Really good stuff coming out of here, and I could not be happier, guys. Our first fucking match in this tournament, our first playoff ever, and our first match is already getting pushed into a Game 3, and we're seeing some spectacular performances from both of these individuals. A lot of give and take, a lot of back and forth, really good counter bombs, just really good gameplay all around. Really, really, really nice to see, and I hope this is shades of things to come in the rest of this tournament, considering this is only the first match. Really, really good stuff, guys. Super excited. And thanks again for everybody coming out. I really do appreciate it. It gives the participants a kind of a crowd, and it gives them a little more of that little pep to their step, you know, a little more sweat in the palms, if you know what I mean. It's just very, very exciting for them, and I hope I'm doing a good job for you guys, making it a little more entertaining as well. So here we go into Game 3, baby. This is a Game 3. First match, Series 3, going into a Game 3 already. Kodo versus Vintage Mirage. This was not going to disappoint, and ladies and gentlemen, it has not disappointed. God Mode Chrome with my super... my super emote. I'm actually bald with a beard. I just need the glasses, and that'll mimic my emote perfectly. So now they're giving a little more respect to each other, understanding that they both have pressure. Vintage Mirage does not have that game advantage, so it's a lot more tighter here. Everything is on the line. And just bragging rights on top of it. Nice. Tries to get that big pushback, but Kodo notices it right away, and he's able to get the counter pressure onto him, but unfortunately he falls off the tier. Is not able to counter on top of it. Nice exchange. Good pull coming out from Vintage Misery. Kodo's in big trouble over here. He doesn't have his heal available to him. He does able to swap stances. Does get the heal off just in the nick of time. And baited Vintage Misery perfectly. That almost worked out perfectly to his advantage, being stuck in Shiro for a little too long. And able to get that bait from Vintage. Tries to get the Shackling Wave. Doesn't connect. Good engagement from both of these individuals. A lot of back and forth. Now let's see what they have on their second push. They're starting to run out of a little bit of cooldowns, and this is where it starts to get really good. Let's see how creative these individuals can become with their combos with what they have available to them. Nice burst, trying to get that big combo. Good staff 5 coming out from Kodo, or staff 3 coming out from Kodo to mitigate most of that big burst. Goes into stealth from Vintage Misery, trying to create a little bit of that gap. He's got to be careful here. Nice pushback, just trying to get those autos onto him. He's getting him to bait out a couple of those evades, and every evade makes him a little softer. Nice port by Vintage Misery. It's a little bit of a disadvantage because even if he ports up, Kodo can close the gap very quickly. He has 2 ports available to him to do so. Vintage Misery just trying to mitigate, waiting for a couple cooldowns. He does have a jaunt available to him. Distortion's almost back up. We've got another 15 seconds left in this map mechanic. We might be going to the map mechanic again. And this is where you want to be careful. Not use too many of your cooldowns, but at the same time, you want to make sure you burst your opponent as much as you can just before the timer hits, so you can leave him at as much of a disadvantage as you can. Nice job by Kodo, just completely taking full advantage of that situation. Let's take a quick look at that replay. Really good stuff coming out of both of those individuals. Our next match coming up is going to be another doozy. We got Dry Dude versus... Oh, that was Kodo? Yeah, Kodo that took that. Dry Dude versus Shiro. Both very interesting builds that we're going to be seeing that are coming out of here. Shiro usually runs with a Deadeye, and Dry Dude, it's been a little bit of a hiatus, but he usually runs with a Prot Hollow. So I'm curious to see how these two kind of compete against each other. We got the high damage and the high sustain, but there isn't that much Condi coming out from Shiro. So our next match is going to be, let me just type it out in the map chat, Shiro versus Dry Dude. This is going to be another good one, guys. I guarantee it. We're going to take a quick look at their builds and what they're going to be running for this one. I'm waiting for them both to come in. I think Dry Dude's in here with us. Yeah, Dry Dude is in the Discord. I think, yeah, there he is. I am pretty sure Shiro is not too far. Yeah, there he is. I'm going to let him know. You're up, sir. Yep, they're both here. Perfect, guys. Our second game, and already both individuals are here. I know I'm expecting one or two guys not to be here, so there's going to be a little bit of a delay somewhere down the line. I'm not sure where yet. But Trickery, Deadly Arts, and Deadeye. He's running over here with Rifle, Swords, Pistol, Eagle, and Marauder's Amulet. Going for a little more sustain. Very curious to see. He's going for the Marauder against Dry Dude. He knows he has a big sustain, so maybe he's trying to make sure he stays a little bit alive, wait for his moment of opportunity to get that big burst, chip him away as the match progresses, or maybe he's going to try to pull it into the Mat Mechanic. I'm not sure. He's running here Sword Shield with, yeah, as you can see, Knight's Amulet, Rune of the Resistance is going to be Inventions, Alchemy, and Hollowsmith. So your classic Prot Hollow coming out here from Dry Dude, and he is one of the premier Hollowsmiths that we have here today. Hollowsmith has been taking a little bit of a beating, but Dry Dude has one of the only soul dudes has stuck with this class for a very long time through the highs and lows, and you'll see it in his gameplay. He really, really makes it shine. Here we go, Dry Dude versus Shiro. Shiro is one of the individuals that's very dangerous as well. One of the Deadeyes that has won a lot of my tournaments in the past. Very, very deadly. He's actually beaten Clown in a 1v1 in the 1v1 tournament in the finals, so that gives you kind of an idea. Clown is one of the better Deadeyes that we know of, and he has beat him in a 1v1 in a best-of-3 series, so he kind of still can stand toe-to-toe with the best of them. Here we go, Dry Dude versus Zoro. Good exchange coming out from both of them. They're kind of just feeling each other out. And I apologize, when he goes under there, it's kind of funky on the camera angle, so I kind of zoom in. Oh, nice. He gets the Prismatic Singularity, but this one is definitely going to be going to the Mat Mechanic. It's probably going to be nice combo coming out from Zoro over there, but Dry Dude quickly mitigating that, stun breaking it very, very fast, dropping the Hardlight Arena and getting that, it's called the, there you go, Spectrum Shield, propping the Spectrum Shield. And this is probably why Zoro opted for the Marauder, knowing that he wasn't going to get the big damage down onto Dry Dude, or not fast enough, and wanting to be able to sustain. Nice stun, trying to get that Sword 3 just to get some big damage, and this is kind of where Zoro wants to be. He wants to kind of keep him soft, but that's it. Dry Dude ends up taking it, and he knew he was a little low. His he was coming back. He still has Elixir S available to him, and this is Dry Dude. Prot Hollow, man, this is at its finest. And I do get some of the slack from some of the comments that I make from some of my friends that that listen to me. I do appreciate the flag, you fucking assholes. Here we go. Now I'm curious to see what Dry Dude tries to do on this one. Is he going to try to go for a Berserker and more of that big damage and just try to get that good combo on Dry Dude? But Dry Dude is no slouch, man. You're going to have to really soften him up. And coming out as a Prot Hollow with a Knight's Amulet, this is going to be difficult. And I think, unfortunately, as shitty as the match may be to watch, I think Zoro's best option is to wait until the Mat Mechanic, kind of mitigate him as much as he can, stay far, far away, and then just kind of pot shot as much as he can when the Mat Mechanic hits, not allowing Dry Dude to get any sort of sustain. I don't think he's running with a Spectrum Shield either. No, he's Spectrum Shield, but Photon Wall. So that's going to be kind of valuable to Zoro as well. He's mitigating here, doing a good job, trying to stay away as much as he can. Dry Dude doesn't have any form of ports or anything of that nature, so it's going to be kind of hard for him to close the gaps when Zoro keeps using that tier to his full advantage. Now, kind of a slow engage over here, kind of going tit for tat on this one. Nice job by actually Dry Dude making quick work of Zoro. Let's take a quick look at that replay, guys. We're going to be moving him through the bracket. Let's take a look at our next competitors that are going to be coming up. It's actually going to be Tight Current versus Lighter. Lighter is actually going to be switched up with Cotton Mather, another one of our participants that was in the top 12. He said he couldn't make it, but unfortunately now he said he can make it, so it's very, very nice. I believe he's in the... Is he here? Uh-oh. Let me just take a quick look, guys. So this might be our first little slight delay. So it's going to be Ty Curran versus Cotton Mather. I'm going to see if I can find Cotton Mather. I know he's here, not far. Give me a minute, guys, while I try to get through this. Here I am. I know Ty Curran has entered. Let me see if my other guy is here as well. I don't see him. Yeah, perfect. So our guy is here, so he is coming. You're up, sir. Sweet. That worked out very nice. He's on his way right now. So while we wait for our substitute to come in, we're going to be taking a look at Ty Curran. And this guy is one of the unsung heroes of Guild Wars 2, one of the premier. I hope I'm not hyping him up too much, but he is one of the strongest warriors that I know of. He's beaten the likes of Vans and a lot of similar guys that are high up there. And Warrior versus Warrior, Vans is one of the premier guys, and he has gone toe for toe for him. And it is one to split right down the middle, 50-50 pretty much, if not a little more towards Ty Curran's side. So very, 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 very strong warrior, and he likes to meme with this banner over here. Let's take another quick look. I wonder what he's running today. He's going to be running Spellbreaker, and this is one of the ones that he's pretty strong with, Spellbreaker, Discipline, and Strength, and he runs usually mainly just Warrior, so he's got a lot of meme builds that he tries to run, Berserker especially. I'm going to let these guys know in map chat he's on his way. To give him 1 minute. This is going to be Cotton Mather. He actually did quite well. He ended up placing 11th in our 1v1 season overall. He originally wasn't going to be entering, but then he actually said last minute that he could, so I'm super stoked about that. He's going to be coming very, very quickly. There he is. So he's going to be entering now. Ty Curran versus Weaves. I'm not sure what he's going to be running today. Is he going to be running Weaver? Because his name is Weaves. No, he's running a Core Ranger. Is it going to be Core Ranger? And this is one of the classes that, another one of the classes that not many people know about, man. This thing is super, super strong. Core Ranger is super underrated. Very, very strong after the changes. He's running Beast Mastery, Wilderness Survival with Marksmanship. He's got Greatsword with Longbow, Speed, and Marauder. Sorry guys, I'm just answering some of the questions from some of the individuals coming up. So here we go, Ty Curran versus Weaves. I'm going to let them know ready up when ready. This is going to be interesting, very, very interesting. As you can see, Ty Curran doesn't have much in the way of range, and Weaves does have a lot. So it's going to be kind of a combo of Ty Curran trying to create those, close those gaps very quickly, trying to force Weaves into a Greatsword and trying to counter him when he comes into melee range, Greatsword versus Greatsword, and to seeing if he can get the better of the exchanges, maybe kind of seeing him and getting some good stuns with a shield bash, maybe some eviscerates on top. But I'm very curious to see how these guys play it out. So they both have ready. They're about to start this one up. Let's see. I'll take another quick look. I'm just a quick overview at both these guys if you haven't seen before. I also record every single tournament, so you're going to be able to see these in my highlights videos. This is our 85th 1v1 tournament and our first ever playoffs. This is Season 2 playoffs. We started at our third season, so if you want to be able to qualify for a Season 3 playoffs, you have to participate in the 1v1s or 2v2s. Nice whirling wind coming out from Ty Curran, closing that gap quickly. And the shoulder over here is huge. It creates a beautiful LOS without creating any kind of kind of, you know what I mean, obstruction. So Ty Curran has a lot of no leaps or anything. He's got a lot of linear movement. So using that shoulder is the greatest advantage, as there's no obstructions and he can use it for LOS at the same time. Nice job from Weaves over here, keeping some good pressure. He tries to get the full counter, not able to connect. Nice ball coming out from Weaves over here, really playing with him, dancing around Ty Curran, doing a magnificent job. Ty Curran going for that shield. He does have the bull's charge. He does land it. He doesn't have the bird comes in for the kill. Really nice job. Let's take another look at that replay. And now Ty Curran got caught with his pants down on that one. Really good job by Weaves, baiting and kiting, saving a lot of his cooldowns for a little later on when Ty Curran was a little softer. Excellent jobs coming out from Weaves. And this is why he's the number 11, number 10 on our 1v1 list. Very, very strong individuals. So we all have, every single one of these guys today are very strong. This is the top 16 of our 1v1 playoffs. So here we go again. Ty Curran entering into the arena. Let's see if he makes any changes to his build. As we mentioned, guys, the rules for this is the class you start with is the class you finish with. You cannot change your 3 specs. So, for example, Tycuran has Strength, Discipline, and Spellbreaker. He cannot change these 3. He can change all of his traits. He can change his runes, weapons, sigils, amulets, and utilities. Everything he can change. And there's no Conde Mirage allowed in the tournament. So here we go into game 2, and I'm expecting Tycuran to come out really, really, really strong. He's not going to let this go over in a game 2 series very quickly like that. So I'm curious to see how he comes out. Very strong. We'll soon find out. Tycuran being a little patient, trying to draw Weaves into that kind of that edge, so he forces him into the melee range. Nice full counter, evades right after it to avoid that great sword block or pushback. Weaves getting the better of the exchanges so far. Tycuran's got to pick up a new strategy here, or he's got to soften him up just a little more. Tries to get the Arcing Slice and the Whirlwind, doesn't connect. 100 Blades. He does have the Mage Bane for the extra damage. He's staying quite well. Tries to come back with that big Arcing Slice or Eviscerate. Breaching Strike, excuse me. Gets the Bull's Charge, does connect. Nice stun coming out from Weaves. Good counter pressure coming out from Tycuran, doing a much better job in this engage. Trying to get the rush to get the pull on the Mage Bane, but Weaves noticing it very quickly and trying to stay right toe-to-toe for him. Shadowing very well. Got a shield block over here. Nice into another Breaching Strike. Nice shield bash. Trying to get the big Arcing Slice. Weaves anticipating it. He's in big trouble here. He does have the Mage Bane. Does get it to proc. Tries to get the full counter. The pet trying to proc the full counter. Nice counter pressure by Weaves. Tycuran's in a little bit of trouble here. He doesn't have any major heal. He does rely on Signet. He does have the Bull's Charge. Gets the full counter. Bull's Charge into the Breaching Strike. Eviscerate. Nice job coming out here from Tycuran. Excellent, excellent job. Let's take a quick look at that replay. Now, he was probably a little rusty, started to get the groove, figuring out his opponent, the way he likes to combo. Really, really good job. Another reason why I love watching best of 3 series. It really allows the opponent to get a feel for the opponent and then counter them. And then if they do win that match, now it's up to the opponent to kind of adjust to their opponent and counter them again to see who can adjust better. It's kind of a very interesting game of cat and mouse, or chess, if you will. And I'm very curious to see how Weaves does. I'm going to be watching him for this Game 3. It's a 1-1 series, another Game 3 coming out of here. Very excited to see who wins this one. Tycuran versus Weaves. And so far the flow has been going very well. I'm thinking why this Ranger play short bow. Is he playing short bow? No, he's playing longbow, no? Short bow.
He switched to short bow before the first match. Yep.
I don't know why he switched to short bow. He knows what he's doing. I'm sure he's got a reason for it. Still looks like, I'm not sure why. Interesting. Maybe you guys can enlighten me a little bit more. Maybe you guys can enlighten me, but Cotton is no slouch. He knows what he's doing, and he swapped just before the tournament, the actual match started, so he did it purposely. Or maybe he doesn't realize, but he would know his weapon sets as he's already done 2 rounds already, and he's still on short bow. So good job coming from here, avoiding that big Arcing Slice from Tycuran. Nice CC. He does have the Mage Bane. Is he going to get it to proc? Weaves doing a very good job of just kiting and dancing at range on that Mage Bane. Because Tycuran's trying to get the pull on the Mage Bane, but at the same time, Weaves is trying to stay right in within range and longbow from it. Really good job from both of them. Now, Tycuran really starting to take a dominating presence in this 3rd and final round here. Going for shield, trying to close the gap. Nice cripple coming from Weaves. He does have his heal available to him, but he's low on cooldowns. He just uses Lightning Reflex, trying to get the full counter. Nice evade from Weaves to get away from it. He's in big trouble getting in the raid. Nice ball coming out from Weaves. Big counter pressure. He gets the arc. Oh. Big Bull's Charge. This is going to be really tight for Tycuran, but at the same time, Weaves doesn't want to play this game. He wants to close the gap on Tycuran as much as he can and keep the pressure. The longer Tycuran has to wait without any damage on top of him, the more healing he gets from that Signet. This is going to be down to the wire. We got Mage Bane. Really good fight coming out of both of these individuals. Hoo-wee. And that's Tycuran that moves on. We're going into our last match of the first round, which is actually going to be Alex versus Control Freak. Alex versus Control Freak on this one. And that was Tycuran that takes it over Cotton Mather. Really nice stuff. I'm very excited to see the second round, guys, the quarterfinals. And there's some guys in the quarterfinals that we haven't seen yet, because there was a couple individuals that did get buys and were pushed right through. So we weren't able to see them, so we still have some exciting matches. Now we have, or some exciting individuals that we have yet to see play. So now we have Control versus Alex. This is going to be a really, really tough match for Alex. He has been learning from Control Freak, and this is one of the individuals that I've been watching very intently over the past couple months. He participates in a lot of my tournaments, and you can see him in my my Discord very often. He gets knowledge from a lot of the top players, and knowing is half the battle, to be honest. And I'm very, very curious to see where he is in the next 6 months. He's starting to multi-class with a lot of different classes and starting to really understand the mechanics of most of the opponents that he faces. But Control Freak is one of the stronger ones. He's actually memeing over here with Rifle Greatsword going with Berserker, and this is what maybe he can catch Control Freak by surprise on this one, because playing the sustain game with Control Freak is not something you want to do. They have a lot of sustain, and they're very proficient in Firebrand. They're probably the strongest Firebrands that I know of aside from Naru. They'll probably go toe-to-toe with Naru versus Control Freak. I'd love to see them competing, but I have yet to see that come down. I've seen Control Freak and Naru 2v2 before, and they both have one win each, or one tournament win each against each other. You want the Banana trying to do everything he can. Control Freak doing a really good job of mitigating most of that. Let's take a quick look at Control Freak's build here. We got Axe with Shield, running with Sword and Focus. We got Leadership with Mender's Amulet, running Honor, Zeal, and a Firebrand. And like I said, guys, one of the premier Firebrands that we have in the game today. So I'm going to be watching them for the second round, just so we can get a good glimpse. And if you guys are interested in playing Firebrand, you can kind of get a good idea of what they like to combo, what kind of moves they use when they're under pressure, and things of that nature. This is our last round in our last match in our first round. We're going to be moving into the quarterfinals after this. The cream is starting to rise a little bit here, guys. Once again, thank you so much for coming out and watching. I'll post the brackets for you guys one more time so you can see who has already competed and who's going to be coming up. We have a lot of top dogs in this, man. This is going to be good. Very excited to see what comes up here. I have two guys that I've picked so far to be my favorite. My favorites in this, and this is no offense to anybody because I like all the participants. But EU Boy Flandry is one of my favorites, and Magic Boy is one of my favorites to win this tournament. These guys I've always rooted for most of the time, and Flandry is really cool because I always bash on EU, and it's always NA versus EU. It's always been a good sport, so I'd like to see him win this playoffs for the EU side today. But at the same time, hopefully Magic Boy eliminates. Now, Ray of Judgment put onto the You Want the Banana. He's got to be very careful. There's a Port Sword too from nice pull coming out from. Oh, I wanted to watch Control Freak a little bit over here. Being very patient on their mantras, using the most aggressive tomb right away, knowing that they won't have to use Tomb 3 or Tomb 2. Full mantra Firebrand on this one from Symbol of Goddess over here, allowing Alex to get a little bit of sustain, getting him to have a little bit of his limelight, getting some pressure onto Control. Nice CC coming out from him. Control ports right back on. Nice sword pull and making quick work of Alex on that one. So now we're going to be moving into our next round, which is going to be a good one. This is going to be a really, 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 really good match, guys. It's going to be Lord of Failure versus Koto. I think we've seen Koto already in the first round, I believe. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, we did see Koto versus Bounty, and that was a very nice match. It went down to a best-of-3 series. So now this is going to be Koto versus the Lord. Lord of Failure runs Hollow Smith, your classic Hollow, another one of those guys who are just the old schools holding on to Hollow Smith, and he plays it well. The burst coming out of this man is uncanny. You don't even know when it's coming. He just lays it on thick in an instant, and he knows when an opponent, he kind of has this instinct of knowing when the opponent is low on CC and cooldown, and he just bursts at the most opportune moments. But Koto, on the other hand, you saw him already in the first round against Bounty, who was no slouch, doing a very exceptional job, coming back from a deficit, doing a really good job, great sustain coming out of him, and he's playing one of the OG Sword Staff Revenants, Power of Revenant, that has been changing slightly. We've been seeing a lot more Condi Rev coming out, and we've been seeing the death of Hollow, so it's a lot of the dying breeds over here fighting today. Let's see who gets it. Lord of Failure kind of baiting Koto in, and knowing that both spawn points, hey, thank you so much for that, woot woot, DE8 for the follow. I really do appreciate that. Every time you guys click that follow or that subscribe, it's kind of like a pat on the back and letting me know I'm doing a good job. And just to let you guys know, both spawn points, so this area here, this area here and this area here are all no ports. So that's why you saw Lord of Failure kind of sitting on. Nice job coming out from Kodo on this one. Photon Wall proc by Lord of Failure. He's just able to resustain in the nick of time. And now this is exactly what I expected from these guys. He actually lands the Glint Elite onto Lord of Failure. This is a bad news for Lord of Failure. A lot of pressure coming out from that Sword 3 onto Lord. He doesn't have much left in his utility skill. He doesn't have the Elixir S. He's not running. He does have his healing turret about to proc, but just not enough in the nick of time. That was a great burst coming out from Kodo at the beginning, giving a lot of pressure onto Lord of Failure, keeping him on the back of his heel the entire match, not allowing him to put out any counter pressure. Always kind of being on the defensive, not allowing him to get that big burst out. So really good job coming out from Kodo. And now, as I mentioned, Kodo had his first match already, and Lord of Failure, we're already into the second round. He hasn't really had his warmed up, and that was an exceptional strategy from Kodo. Just pressure him hard. He's already been warmed up. Go at him really hard. Cool. Lord of Failure is cold. And you saw it right there. He kind of got caught by surprise, back on his back foot the entire time of that match. Good burst by coming out from Kodo. Now the Photon Wall was a little short, a little late on Lord of Failure. If he was able to proc it a little early, maybe mitigate some of that big burst and be able to counter pressure without having to be so defensive. But I'm very curious to see how he replies to this. Lord of Failure is no slouch. He's won a lot of my tournaments in the past, and this is why we see him here today. I think he was ranked 6th or 5th in our 1v1 tournament. Lord of Failure kind of waiting. He's got that rifle turret proccing, trying to get that extra pressure. Misses with the overcharge shot. Trying to bait Kodo down into that no port. And that could be a good tactic. He baits the Kodo down with the no port on the Sword 3 and then props up onto the platform so he can kind of mitigate and give him the obstruction. Both being very patient. Lord of Failure has got to be very careful. Kodo can instantaneously turn on the burst. He's got that Sword 3 port, and there he goes. He tries to get that Staff 5 to proc and get that pushback on Lord of Failure to get that opener for the burst. But Lord of Failure knows it, and he's being very cautious. He does not want to lose without winning one game, but it looks really bad for him in this situation. Nice AoE drop down by Kodo and trying to pin Lord of Failure. Nice overcharge, but Lord of Failure not able to capitalize on that beautiful CC. Kodo using the nice burst. He goes into that glint heal, trying to combo or trying to counter. Lord of Failure really being patient on that. Tries to get the prime light beam. He evades it. Really good burst. Nice Staff 3 to avoid all of that. Lord of Failure's in the red zone. Tries to get the jump shot. Really good job coming out from Kodo, avoiding most of that burst. And there was 2 or 3 big bursts coming out from Lord of Failure that Kodo just narrowly escaped from. Good job by Kodo. Unfortunate for Lord of Failure, not able to show off a little more of his finesse in this tournament. And very unfortunate. He's one of the top dudes that plays Hollowsmith, and Kodo making really good work at him, really catching him by surprise. Ooh, boys, now we have a very, very, very interesting duel coming up. This is our second match in our quarterfinals. It's going to be Flandre versus Dry Dude. Flandre versus Dry Dude. Flandre is our EU boy. He represents the EU side. Been doing that for a very long time. Very nice guy. He's helped me out a lot in my tournaments. Very good shoutcaster as well. He shoutcasted in the past. I believe Flandre is in here. Let's see if you're in here. Yeah, there he is. He's running. Whoa, he's running Soulbeast. Whoa, no way, Type. No way, Flandre. He is running. I've never, ever seen him run Soulbeast in any of my tournaments. It was either Thief, I believe, or he ran Mirage. Or Mesmer, I believe. So Beast Mastery, Wilderness Soulbeast. This is going to be a treat for me. Very excited to see what he brings out here today. And Ranger is one of the appreciated classes that we have today. I think it's one of the stronger classes that is not in the limelight, that people don't really know. It's kind of a sleeper class that's super, super OP. Longbow with Great Sword, running Runa Speed with Demolisher. Let's take a look at Dry Dude. We did see Dry Dude in our first round. He did participate against Sorrow, eliminating the Deadeye. He's got Sword, Shield, running here with Exploitation, Enhancement, Resistance with Knight's Amulet. He's got Inventions, Alchemy, and Hollowsmith. This is going to be an interesting matchup. The Ranger does have a lot of range. Dry Dude does have range, but not as long as Flandre. And Flandre is a very strong competitor. This is one of the better matches that we're going to see. Well, guys, I don't even know what's a better match. There's so many good ones coming up. And Flandre was the number 2 or him and Control Freak were fighting for number 1 on the 1v1 series. So Flandre as number 1, shares number 1 and 2 with Control Freak and the 1v1 tournament season 2. So this is very, very strong competitor. Let's see what Drydude's able to do. Drydude did finish on the top 10 as well. He didn't compete as much as Flandre, so that was one of the things that gave him the advantage. But good job from both these individuals, kind of mitigating most of the damage. Flandre going into a beautiful stealth over there, trying to get back. He does proc the one wolf pack, I believe. Yeah, he tried to get the one wolf pack with the knockback and the barrage, but he was cut by the top tier LOS. He wasn't able to get that big pressure down to him, but I believe this one's going to be going into the map mechanic. Hey, Zenyas, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for the like button, buddy. Woot woot. This is our playoffs, 1v1 playoffs. This is our Season 2 playoffs. We have started our Season 3. It is in progress. So if you guys want to qualify for Season 3 playoffs, you have to participate in the Season 3 1v1 and 2v2 regular season playoff tournaments, 1v1 or 2v2. Nice barrage, nice pushback, but as you can see, the sustain from Drydude is just uncanny over here. And now this is going to be pushed into the map mechanic. Nice prismatic singularity, nice maul, but the sustain and the... Jesus, this guy is a walking brick house over here. Holy moly, Drydude is just untouchable on the situation. I don't think I've seen him go under 20%. Nice barrage, nice job by Flandre, just keeping the pressure up and keeping him honest, forcing him to use cooldowns. As you can see, Elixir S has already been procced. He's not going to be able to use that when it comes into the map mechanic. And Elixir S is huge for when it comes to the map mechanic. Now Flandre trying to get that big damage onto him. Nice worldly impact. Beautiful maul. That is exactly what you want to see. And this is why Flandre is a veteran in these tournaments. Knowing exactly when the map mechanic is coming, taking full advantage of it, setting up that combo and that worldly impact magnificently, leaving Drydude at a deficit, not allowing him to really heal up because the map mechanic does not allow any heal. This is a beautiful setup. Beautiful job by Flandre. And this is why he's number 1 or number 2 on our 1v1 season this year. Holy moly, beautiful job by Flandre. Kudos to you. My hat is off to you. And now I guarantee you, though, Drydude is no slouch. That is not going to happen to him a second time. I assure you. Very, very strong individual. And he caught him both his pants down on that one. Drydude got a little complacent. What's the map mechanic, Candy Jacko? It's we just saw it right there. What happens when the 2-minute timer happens or hits is there's no more healing, so you're not allowed to heal. Even if you tried, the map mechanic will just...
Wait, Drydude won?
Yeah, I did win. He knocked him.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Drydude won.
Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, I didn't even see that. I was completely complacent. I didn't even notice, but actually Drydude ends up pulling out the victory on that. I gotta go back on that. Holy shit. And that's what I get for taking my eye off professional players like this. You never count them out, man. And this is one of the situations that we see here. Drydude, and this is another reason why I love the map mechanic. It can just change the dynamic of the duel. Right there, it looked like Miaz or Flandre had that in the bag. He perfectly executed. Great job by him. And then Drydude just memeing him at the end, stealing the victory from him. Excellent job, and never having that never say die attitude from Drydude, holding on to the last end and getting the win. Super clutch. Now Flandre is, not only is he flustered playing mind games now with him, he's got to win the next 2 games in a row against Drydude. He doesn't have the element of surprise. He had a great setup at the end over there. Now Drydude's got his work cut out for him. So does Flandre over here. Drydude's going to be prepared. He does have the game 1 advantage. Flandre is not going to be happy with this one if he does end up losing the series. That was really, really unfortunate for him, but that goes to show you can't get complacent, especially we're in the playoffs. These are all top-tier dudes, and they all have tricks under their sleeves and rabbits that they're going to be pulling out of their hats left and right. Nice job coming out from Flandre on the knockback. Good job by Drydude staying in that LOS to try to mitigate that, trying to get that Corona burst. We got 1 minute left over here. No problem, Candy Jacko. I'm sorry I got cut off over there. I didn't even see. And you can see Drydude playing that dance over there with overheat. He is a master of not overheating, but staying on that fine line of overheating, trying to get those might stacks to go all the way high as he can, because he does run with knights, and he's just trying to pump out and trying to keep his damage high up. But it's going to be very difficult to keep any of that pressure down onto Flandre, especially with the kite ability that he has. And sorry, Candy Jacko, but the map mechanic is after 2 minutes, so there is no healing, and there's an AoE effect that comes from the outside and sits in the center. And we just saw it in perfect display over there. Dry Dude completely cucking Flandre, and Flandre putting in so much effort to try to get that win. This is going to be tough for them. We got 15 seconds left. This is where they got to start looking at their cooldowns, making sure they know what they're going to be bringing. And now this time, Dry Dude does have an Elixir S. This is going to be crucial. Very huge. Flandre's got to try to force that Elixir S before he's able to get that big burst down. Nice worldly impact onto him. Getting that big burst again. Beautifully comboing again. But Dry Dude very, very quickly on the resustain. Going for that healing turret. Not messing around. Getting that big stun break. Now, Miaz or Flandre, the blue guy, has a little bit of an advantage coming health-wise. Trying to get that prismatic singularity. Nice job with the push and pull coming from Dry Dude. Trying to get that big damage. But when it comes to damage, I think Flandre has a little bit of an advantage. Nice knockback. Dry Dude's got to get back up. But it was a little bit too late coming out from Flandre. Nice job coming out. He still has a Corona Burst. Prismatic, or he's got the Hardlight Arena drop down. Tries to get that big Maul Greatsword coming out from Manias. But there's just too much sustain coming out from Dry Dude. He's not going to be able to get the down. Flandre's in big trouble. He ends up getting eliminated. Dry Dude going for the Elixir as stomp. That is Dry Dude eliminating our top seed in the 1v1 tourney. Very, very unfortunate for Flandre. And like I said, even losing our first round kind of sets the tone, puts you in the dumps, and you just don't have that same gusto as you would have had coming into the second round with that win. Very unfortunate. Our unsung here, Dry Dude, coming out of nowhere, eliminating Flandre in this one. Oh boy, boys. Our next match coming up over here is going to be fucking epic. These are...
Clutch, man.
That was really clutch. And Flandre, he was one of the guys I was voting for to win this tournament. He ended up getting eliminated by Dry Dude. But now our next match, this is only the quarterfinals, boys. This is only the fucking quarterfinals. We have all these top dogs fighting already. So it's Magic Boy versus Tycoon. This is the first time we're seeing Magic Boy in this tournament. He got a bye in his first round, so we didn't get to see him on that one. But we're going to be able to see him on this one, and he is a monster elementalist. One of the best elementalists that I know of. I want to see him and Grimjack go toe for toe. I'd really, really be curious to see how well they do. I think he's on par with Grimjack. He's very knowledgeable, and he's a veteran of my tournaments. He has over 40 plus tournaments under his belt. Guaranteed. He's running here with Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. He's running here with Sword of Focus, with Balthazar's and Sage Amulet. Let's take another look at Tycoon. We've already seen him in this tournament today. He's participated in the game 1. He came back from a 1-0 deficit, winning the series 2-1. Really good job. He's running here with Greatsword, Dagger, Shield, Strength with Demolisher's Amulet, Strength, Discipline, and Spellbreaker. And Tycoon is one of the top, strong warriors that I know of, if not one of the best warriors that I know of in the game. But in the hands down, best player in my eyes is Helio. I don't think there's anybody that beats Helio. So when I say best players, Helio is never involved in that situation. So here we go, Tycoon versus PH Magic Boy. This one is not going to disappoint us. There's a lot of sustain coming out from PH Magic Boy. I think the deficit goes to Tycoon. He's got to be very careful, especially that he's main melee. And Elementalists, most of their damage, all of their damage, fire damage, and all their combos come from melee range. So this is going to be really tight for Tycoon. He's got to be able to pick and choose when he goes in. He's got to be able to watch for PH Magic Boy's attunements, when he's in fire, when he can kind of safely go in for the engage. And right now he's poking and prodding really, really well. Both of these opponents have a lot of sustain. He's running with Signet over here, so it just needs a little bit of sustain and he can regain his health very quickly. And same with Magic Boy, running over here with the Signet, so every time he casts a spell, he gets his health back. So a lot of sustain coming out of both these individuals. It's going to come down to a lot of setup, and we're going to see just that big burst come out of nowhere from Tycoon, and that's him to change the pace really quickly. Nice clear coming from Tycoon on that one from the big Condi. PH Magic Boy is trying to keep the pressure up. Excuse me, guys. Nice burst coming out. That's exactly what I mentioned. This is exactly what Tycoon wants to do. And once Magic Boy gets below 50% health, that's Tycoon's chance to really put up the pressure. But nice counter pressure coming out from... Oh, good job by Magic Boy on that one. Beautiful counter pressure. And it's almost like he baited Tycoon in. As soon as Magic Boy got a little low, Tycoon got a little overzealous, went in for the kill to try to keep that pressure onto Magic Boy. Because once an Ellie gets low, you have to keep the pressure on. Once he resustains, it's over. Your window of opportunity is closed. Just give him a couple seconds and everything is going to come back off cooldown. So he saw his window, he tried to go for it. PH Magic Boy saw he was getting aggressive, counters pressured with some good Condi burns. Tycoon had nothing available to him to clear it, and he got caught. Wrestler, you'd be surprised. I've seen a lot of Elementalists that enter into my tournaments, but majority of the time it is not Elementalist. My Elementalist has probably the fewest wins in my 1v1 and 2v2 tournaments. They do not have very many. They get countered really, really hard. If you're able to avoid them and force them to go into the map mechanic, you can usually take the win. Although Ellies do have the advantage of having barrier when they go into the map mechanic, it still does not favor them. The healing that they get from their signet of restoration is very crucial to their gameplay and their style of playing. And if they don't have that available to them, it really puts them at a major, major disadvantage. So that's where I see a lot of them get eliminated when it comes down to the map mechanic. And that's one of the reasons why I love the map mechanic. It stops a lot of the guys you think would normally win from winning. So here we go again. Tycoon, his back is against the wall. He's really got to put on some razzle-dazzle today if he wants to get this. But Magic Boy is another one of my favorites. So Flandry and Magic Boy were two of my favorites to win this. But Tycoon is also another really strong dude. I'm really curious to see how well he does here. Magic Boy putting out a lot of pressure. He does not want to lose this. Tycoon's in a little bit of trouble sitting at half health. But a warrior is very, very dangerous. They easily could turn on a dime and put big damage numbers down onto the opponent and change the tide. Nice Mage Bane. I was expecting him to open up with a little bit of that, but Magic Boy has a lot of, still has a little bit of sustain left. He does have that Twist of Fate available to him, and he does have his, oh no, Obsidian Flesh is about to come up. He's got about 10 seconds left on Obsidian Flesh. Mage Bane proc, nice CC, good arcing slice. He still has the Mage Bane, gets the Whirlwind to combo on top, but Magic Boy still has a lot left in his utility bag. Tycoon finally starting to make a dent in his health, getting through a little bit of that barrier. He's got to be careful. He's trying to get that big Bull's Charge. He's not able to connect. This might be the end of it for Tycoon. He ends up going down. That's BH Magic Boy that ends up moving forward into the semifinals. Good job from Tycoon coming out from this one. This was what did not favor the Warrior. That definitely favors the Elementalist a little more in my opinion, but good job from Tycoon, especially against a dominant Elementalist like that. So here we go into our last match of the quarterfinals. It's going to be Louis PTM versus the Control Freak, and Control Freak is the #1 player of our 1v1, or #1 and #2. Him and Flandry kind of shared it back and forth. Louis PTM versus Control. And I believe Louis PTM is here. He said he could make it. Maybe he's not here. He said he could make it. Let me see if
he's not. It shows like he's at the character select screen, or like when it was idle too long, you know, and it just kicks you out halfway because it's not showing him at a location on my friends list. So
let me see if I can get one of the dudes that, because Louis PTM hasn't participated. And there was one of the guys that ended up in my tournament #3 and #4. And it was number three or #4 on our 1v1 list of finalists. I want to see if I can grab him back in. And if I can't get him back in, and Louis PTM doesn't respond in a minute, I'm going to give Louis PTM...
Hey, you want me to message him on Discord for you?
Yeah, please. Okay, guys, I did get the guy that I wanted to come back and fight, so we're probably going to skip over this match, I believe, and go right into the semifinals. As soon as we do the first match in the semifinals, we're going to go back to that match. So right now, we're going to wait. Skipping match. I'm letting the guys in the map chat know. Skipping match. Waiting for the opponent to come. Going to first match semifinals. So we're going to go into the first semifinals match, and then we're going to go back to that match when our opponent is ready. So this is, we're able to get our 3rd place finisher of our 1v1 tournament to actually re-enter into the tournament. So I'm super excited for that. And this is going to be another good match. This is our first match in our semifinals. Kodo versus Drydude. Drydude coasting through this right now, just using that bull of a build that he's got. He's just face tanking all the damage and just dwindling his opponents down, just breaking their wills as they come into the arena. Can't even bring them down, but Flandry did an exceptional job. Very nice job from Flandry, and I was super surprised to see him come out with Soul Beast. I did not expect that to come out from him. But kudos to you, my EU boy, Flandry. Thank you so much for coming out, man. Really, really, really do appreciate it. So here we go, the first game of the semifinals. We are going to go back to that other match, our last game of the quarterfinals. I'm just waiting for our other opponent to come. So Kodo versus Drydude. I'm going to show you their builds really quickly when we get to our second match. I just want to engage really quickly. Kodo's got to be really careful here. He doesn't have much sustain. He's got to be very, very, very careful. I think he's the opportunity, or his the way for him to win is the same concept that most of them have been using. Nice burst coming out from Kodo over there. I did not expect that, but that was huge resustain coming out from Drydude, and that's one of the issues. You really got to make Drydude really squishy. You got to force a lot of his utility, and in order to force the utility, you got to use most of your burst just to pressure him. And by the time he resustains, your burst is already over, and then you're stuck in a situation like this where he's kind of trailing you the entire time and slowly dwindling you down. This is what he's a master of, just being very, very tanky and just being very annoying. But Kodo doing a good job of keeping that pressure on, landing that shackling wave, and creating that good combo to keep that pressure onto Drydude. Let's take a quick look at his cooldowns. He's got about 5 seconds away from his healing turret. He's still got a lot of sustain available to him. He's trying to back out a bit. Nice damage coming out from Kodo over here. Really putting on the fireworks today, Kodo. He's really doing a good job. He's faced some really strong competition, and Drydude is no slouch, and he's really putting the pressure up. Drydude's got to get some counter down. He's got his... I keep forgetting what that's called. Spectrum Shield procced up, getting some good pressure onto Kodo. Kodo mitigating a little bit, backing up, waiting for a little bit of utility coming back. Nice port back onto him, getting that staff onto him, getting the push back. We got 20 seconds left in the map mechanic, and this is where we want to start keeping an eye on their utility. What are they going to bring into the map mechanic? Right around now is where you can't get too complacent, and this is a delicate situation for Kodo as well, for him to be able to utilize his heal while before that map mechanic comes in and engages. Drydude trying to stay on top of him. Right around now is where you want to get as much pressure as you can. Drydude trying to get some cleave onto him. Prismatic Singularity. Nice pressure from Drydude. Good job by Kodo. Perfectly using that heal, especially when Drydude was going for that big damage. Both of them are sustaining. Oh no, Kodo falls into the AoE. Big damage coming out from Kodo from the AoE. He ports back up onto Drydude, trying to get the pressure onto him. Nice CC from Drydude, trying to get that down. This is going down to the wire. He licks the rest. He's sitting in the Hardlight Arena, tries to get the Glint Elite. Night Evade coming from Drydude, tries to get the Corona Burst and the Shockwave. Photon Blitz, they're both really low. Drydude, just another clutch of victory from Drydude. Let's take a look at that replay. And now this is going to go to the AoE. Kodo is standing much closer to the AoE, so he is going to end up getting down. Here comes. I knew Flandry was not going to be happy with that defeat, and rightfully so. He did get cucked quite bad, and Drydude is memeing slightly, but Drydude is not many people can get away with what he's doing. He's got a lot of skill. He's been playing Prot Hollow for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something that you can just pick up and think you can do against these types of opponents. These guys aren't slouches. These guys are very, very strong, and they know how to counter well. And Drydude's just countering them right back. Good job from both of them. It is he is going for that big tank, but you do have the advantage of the map mechanic. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Flandry, but I'm sure there are some top dogs, and Drydude's got his work cut out for him. He's got a very obvious tactic, so this is something that you can counterplay really, really easily if you know what he's going to be trying to do. And that was a very tight match, and I believe Kodo would have won that, but he got 2 ticks of the AoE. Each one of those ticks of the AoE does anywhere from 4 to 7k damage. So that was anywhere potentially from like 8 to 14k damage that Kodo took just from that passive that he couldn't heal from at the end. And if he had that to his availability, I think he would have beat Drydude. Now he's going a lot more aggressive here. He's trying to get Drydude to use a lot of utility, seeing if he can get a little bit of burst. He did get some nice burst onto Drydude during the halfway mark of that last match when he got him to use a lot of utility. But Drydude being very patient over here on the healing turret, and you could see him just dancing with overheat, always near the edge, and always trying to keep those might stacks as high as he can. This is going to be another one that's going to be forced into the map mechanic. Let's see if Kodo can get the win on this one. He does have the deficit on this one. Drydude is sitting on the advantage. And Drydude getting some pretty good lucky strikes on this one. Kodo's sitting a little low. Same with Drydude, but the resustain is going to go into the favor of Drydude on this one. Kodo doesn't have the advantage with his healing turret or his glint heal because Drydude honestly doesn't do too much damage. So the amount of healing he's going to get is not going to be that substantial. He's going to be very careful. He's going to have to use this next heal very, very cleverly, which he does so very nicely. Trying to resustain well there. Dry Dude sitting down, but getting resustained very quickly. And when they go underneath here, it's a little hard on the camera, so I kind of zoom around. Sorry about that, guys. So here we go. Kodo, again, just waiting around a bit, trying to mitigate, waiting for a lot of his cooldowns. Let's take a look at Dry Dude's cooldowns. He still has Elixir S. That's going to be huge when it comes to the map mechanic. Nice job from Kodo. Really using that heal to the fullest potential. Getting that Photon Blitz, Corona Burst from Dry Dude. Evades that Prismatic Singularity. He's been hit by a lot of those, and that was really cucking him. A Hardlight Arena drop. Kodo sitting bad. The major advantage over here health-wise. He does get the stab and get a glint heal. Forces the Elixir S. This is go time for Kodo right now. Huge push. Oh my god. Beautiful combo from Kodo over there. Oh, and Kodo. Nice job. Good job by Kodo. I thought that was the end of it for Kodo on that one. Let's take a look at that replay. Purple trouble. Really good job by Kodo, and also a good job by him by not getting too flustered. When he got pushed back, he kept his composure, didn't get too crazy. He does counter power builds, but Kodo, I'm guaranteeing Kodo is going to put up a very good fight. And we saw Flandry over there running a power druid build, did really good. Soul Beast build did really good. And if he didn't lose that first match in that certain way, I think he would have kept momentum and would have put up a much better fight, potentially even beating Dry Dude. But this is what happens, guys. This is what we deal with. They're allowed to bring whatever they want. There are counterplays. I have seen Dry Dude lose in these tournaments before, but he has won a lot. And every single one of these individuals participating today has won a minimum of 3 of my 1v1 tournaments. So all these guys are very veteran. They know a lot of different classes. They know what to expect. They're all top tier. So here we go. Kodo versus Dry Dude once again, going at it. This is going to be another sustained game, and I'm sure we're going to get into the map mechanic once again. This is game 3, do or die. Both of their backs are against the wall. Dry Dude versus Kodo on this one. I'm just seeing if my substitute is ready. He should be ready. He should be here pretty soon. Dry Dude and Kodo going at it again.
I'll sub if he doesn't come.
I may use you. Sorry guys, I'm not showing too much of the action because I know what it's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up going to the map mechanic. So I'm just being a little patient here. Sorry for putting this in your way here. Kodo actually getting a... No, he's actually not that low. He's still got some good sustain left in him. Kodo's sitting in a little bit of a deficit. We got 40 seconds left in this map mechanic. 40 seconds left until this map mechanic. Nice job from Kodo over here. Getting me some heavy pressure, but he's also got to be careful not to get baited. We do have the healing turret. Hardlight Arena drop. He's sitting in there at his most tankiest, so Kodo's got to be very careful. Nice bait by Dry Dude over there. He even saw him sitting on his healing turret waiting for it. He goes into the stealth. Nice job getting with that staff 5. He didn't necessarily know where he was, but he knew he was in the vicinity, trying to get the Glint Elite. Not able to land that. We got 15 seconds left in the map mechanic. This is where they got to be really careful now. I'm still waiting for that guy to, my replacement to show up. I'm pretty sure he's going to be showing. I have whispered him. I'm waiting for us to return. Now we go into the map mechanic. This is where everything counts now. They're both sitting at 100% health. Kodo at 90. Dry Dude taking a lot of damage, sitting at 72. Nice CC coming out from Kodo from the staff 5. He's going to get close that gap with that sword from Dry Dude. Drops the prismatic. Nice push again from Dry Dude. That's the second time he catches Kodo. Nice board from Kodo. He's trying to get the down. He goes into the... Ooh, nice job from Dry Dude. Using that Elixir S just in the perfect time. Going for the shield to try to mitigate. Kodo trying to get ready for the big burst. Nice job by the Corona burst. This is going to get dangerous. It's going down to the wire. Is he going to be able to get him? He's in big trouble. Kodo's sitting at good health. He ends up eliminating Dry Dude on this one. It's not over yet. I'm not counting Dry Dude. He was able to cut... No, that's it. Dry Dude ends up getting eliminated. And that's it. That's it for our first game in our semifinals. Let me see if our other guy has finally showed up. I'm waiting for him to come. We're going to give him another minute or two. So we are actually going back into our Game 3 series, or back into our quarterfinals, our last match in the quarterfinals. The guy who was supposed to be there, he actually ended up being 3rd or 4th in our 1v1 season 2. Should be entering very, very shortly.
Alright, I'm head out, guys. GG.
Have a good one, Dry Dude. Thanks so much for coming, boy. I really appreciate it. Let's see if he does end up coming. Give me a minute here, guys. I'm just waiting. Give me a minute or two, guys. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you like this type of stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. At least we made Flandry mad. Oh my god, Dry Dude. Getting this small victory. Okay, so I don't think he's coming. I'm not sure why. I'm going to give him another minute. I guess we'll use, yeah, Fang Bone. So, Dabs, if you want to enter. So, it's going to be Control versus Dabs. Give it a minute. I'm going to give him one more minute to see if he does. Hey, Grimjack, what's up, buddy? Here comes Grimjack. We're almost into the step. We're almost into the finals. Okay, no, yeah, he is coming, Dabs. So, he is coming. So perfect. This is going to be, this is Control Freak versus White Shorts. White Shorts was number 3 or number 4 on our 1v1 tourney season 2. Control Freak was number 1, number 2 on our 1v1 season. So this is going to be a really, 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 really interesting match. I'm very excited to see who's going to win this. Control Freak is a dominant Firebrand, and we got White Shorts is a very, very, very strong Mesmer. So I'm very curious to see if he brings Mesmer. Last 2v2 tournament, he actually was using a Hollowsmith. No, he's actually entering in as Mesmer. So let's take a quick look at what he's building. We've already seen Control Freak here. Honor Zeal with Firebrand. He's running Axe Shield with Sword Focus. Revenant with Mender's Amulet. We got White Shorts sitting on this side, running with Great Sword, Sword Torch, running with Infiltration, Berserker. We got Domination, Dueling, and Chaos. Nope, this is we have 3 matches left. So this match, our last match in our semifinals, and then the finals. They're all best of 3 except for our finals match. Our finals match is going to be a best of 5 series. So get ready for that one, guys. It's going to be really good. But this one is not going to fail to entertain. Control Freak versus White Shorts. Beautiful job from Shorts over there, completely eliminating Control Freak on that one. Catching him completely off guard on this one. Wow, wow. I did not even... Yeah, Kodo, you're in the finals, my friend. Kodo's in the finals. There is going to be no 3rd place. We only have a winnings for 1st place, which is going to be prizes of 2,000 gems, worth 2,000 gems. This is my first playoffs that I've done, so there's a couple kinks. I ended up buying gems, realizing I can't gift gems. So I have to buy you 2,000 gems worth of material items from the store. Or I can convert the gems to gold and give you the gold. So it's up to you. So here we go. Symbol Goddess is not going to take that sitting down. I assure you that is not going to happen a second time. Control Freak is a very strong player. I guess they were trying to bait them in a little bit. But White Shorts just completely got them with their pants down, annihilating them very, very quickly. But here we go, game 2 of our best of 3 series. This is the winner of this moves into the semifinals. And in the semifinals, the winner of this is going to be facing Magic Boy. Very strong Elementalist. Here we go into game 2 of our best of 3 series. Control Freak finally getting out of the gate here, getting some pressure onto White Shorts. Now Control's got to be very careful. Cannot get complacent at any moment. Has always got to keep a stun break available to them, anticipating that big burst coming out from Control Freak. But now Symbol is starting to get a little bit of their groove, but this is the big damage that I was worried about coming out from White Shorts. Again, trying to burst. Nice evade coming out from Control Freak. Nice mitigation. Trying to close the gap with the sword too. Ends up going with the Zealots. Doesn't get much damage, but he does get the Ray of Judgment, keeping that pressure onto Shorts. He's got to be careful here. He doesn't have Aegis up. He does have 2 of his tombs and a lot of his mantras available to him. Tries to close the gap again onto Shorts. Doing a good job of resustaining, but Shorts can turn it on a dime at any second, as we saw in the first match, really getting that heavy pressure. The Ray of Judgment is going to be pretty crucial for Control Freak to try to keep that pressure and try to keep... There we go, another Ray of Judgment. That's going to be crucial for Control Freak. There's a lot of pressure that gets put down onto White Shorts from that. Once again, trying to control the pace of this, staying around the LOS as much as they can. Nice port coming out from Control, trying to get the heavy pressure. Got to be careful with that engage. Doing a really good job over here. 40 seconds left in the map mechanic. White Shorts not doing too good. He's trying to resustain on a bunch of his mantras. He doesn't have much left. Nice port by Shorts, or by Magic. Control, excuse me, trying to keep that pressure up on top of him. White Shorts doesn't look good. He goes for the Mass Invis. This could be potentially the last burst he can pull off before Control Freak gets the victory in this series. He goes for the resustain. He's opting to kind of back out a bit and wait a little longer. Control Freak sees him. He does have the Shield of Wrath. Doesn't get the proc on the Axe Pull. That could have been crucial for him to try to end this game. We got 10 seconds left in this map mechanic. This could be huge. White Shorts is going for that big burst and not allowing Control Freak to resustain. This is our number 3-4 seed 1v1 tournament placement versus our 1-2 placement. Control Freak doesn't look good here. Actually, Shorts goes down. Control Freak takes game 2. This is a 1-1 series, guys, going into a game 3. Fucking awesome. This is our 3rd, 4th place seed White Shorts versus our 1-2 place seed Control Freak. So this is going to be really good. This is the 2 top guys already going at it. We already had another one of our 1-2 place seeds, Flandry, get eliminated. That was a very, very interesting duel against Kodo and Drydu. This is a lot of top dogs in this one today, guys. So much good stuff. Here we go, game 3. Both of their backs are against the wall here. Now, Control Freak is starting to get into their groove now. Control Freak is one of the top dominant players in the NA side, especially playing Firebrand. Just strong, 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 strong. And they got cut at first with that big, big burst from White Shorts. I'm curious to see... if he's going to be able to pull that off one more time. I'll post the brackets for you guys in the Twitch chat so you can see who's already competed and who's expected to compete in the finals and in the last game of the semifinals. But this winner of this is moving into the semifinals to face a PH Magic Boy, which is going to be a very, very, very tough fight for either individual. Shorts trying to get that big burst, but I think Goddess is starting to catch their number. They're starting to fall into their groove, being very patient, holding on to a lot of their mantras. Actually switching over to Judge's intervention right there is huge, coming out from Shorts. Nice sustain coming out from Symbol of Goddess. Control Freak over here. This could spell disaster. They've gone through a lot of their mantras, a lot of their tunes. They're going to have to be able to put some counter pressure onto Shorts here to try to resustain him, give him a little bit of time. He's trying to go for that LOS on that no port as well, but White Shorts is looking for that mantra and resustain. That could have spelled disaster. White Shorts almost completely eliminating Control Freak. That would have been their number 1 seed versus their number 4 seed. Number 4 seed almost taking out number 1. That would have been crucial. White Shorts in a little bit of trouble. Nice pull coming out from Control Freak, trying to get that pressure. Nice push from the Shield of Absorption, but beautifully timed Invis coming out from White Shorts. Nice port, trying to get up top. Beautiful burst. Zoe just hanging on with 5% health. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit, was that an amazing duel. Back and forth from both individuals. Nice counter pressure. Nice resustain. Nice damage back. Wow, wow, wow. That was good. I would have not expected anything less from both of these individuals. Thank you so much, White Shorts, and for Control Freak coming into this one. Spectacular job. Game 3, pushed to the brink. Now we're moving into our last match of our semifinals, guys. Whew. I don't know what's going to top that one. That one was really, really intense. Holy shit. We should start an NWO chant. Holy shit. Holy shit. I should have the crowd doing that. I should do that, eh? Alright, guys. This is going to be Control Freak versus PH Magic Boy. Holy. This is... Oh, man. Oh, man. PH Magic versus Control. And that was twice in that match that Control Freak was down to 5 or 4%, and then just Oh man, the sustain and the burst was almost there from White Shorts, just a little more. But he just didn't have enough in the tank, and Control Freak had enough of block and blinds to mitigate some of that big burst. And White Shorts is Pink Shorts, yeah, and White Shorts is one of the premier fucking Mesmers that we have in here, and Control Freak is one of the premier Firebrands that we have here. And seeing them both go to toe-to-toe, what a pleasure. Thank you both to both those individuals. It was very entertaining to watch both of you go at it. We are recording this, so we're going to put it into the highlights video. So if you want to come back and watch that, see some great Firebrand play and some great Mesmer play, that's the place to see it. So this is our last match in our semifinals. Then we're going to be moving into our finals. The winner of this is moving into the finals. This is going to be a doozy. Hold on, Ravina. I'll tell you in a minute. BH Magic Boy versus Symbol of Goddess. This is going to be a sustained game, but I think when it comes down to sustain, Magic Boy has just got a lot more natural sustain than Symbol of Goddess, where they got those these procs over here from the mantras and the tombs, and we're PH Magic Boy has just got to be patient and just got to cycle through their combos slowly or just a little slower in order to keep that sustain going. And you can see already Magic Boy and Control Freak, who are doing a good job actually, waiting for the second cast of their mantras to come up, cycling really well, getting some good pressure onto PH Magic Boy, and this is where it starts to get really dangerous for PH Magic Boy. Nice re-sustain, but he's already used a lot of utility to bring himself back up to 75%. And as you can see, he doesn't have the sustain anymore. He's already used it to get back up, and Magic Boy or Control Freak really starting to see it, smelling the blood, not giving him any quarter, staying right on top. Beautiful axe pull into the symbols. Magic Boy's in the red zone. He's trying to get away. He's using everything he can. Let's see what he's got for mitigation here. He has nothing left. Twist of Fate has been used. All of his utility has been maxed out. He's gone into water, trying to just create some distance with W key, but Control Freak having none of it. Just staying all over him, just completely smothering him. Trying to get that pressure. Magic Boy finally being able to resustain it slightly by getting some counter pressure down, just waiting for a Symbol or Control Freak blue team to go through a lot of their cooldowns, finally being able to recast some of their mantras. That's giving a little bit of a window of opportunity, but not enough. Too many burns on Magic Boy. Is he going to be able to resustain? Just hangs on by the skin of his teeth. He's trying to use that W key just to get away. Holy moly. This is going to be dangerous. Really good job from both of them. Control Freak really sustaining, and you'd expect them to kite a little more, but they're just standing toe-to-toe, face tanking each other's damage, and Symbol of Goddess coming out with the better of the exchange. Now we're going into the map mechanic. It does not suit Magic Boy very well. He's sitting at 70 breakfast. Whoa! I couldn't even speak there. Look at that combo. That great counter pressure coming out from Magic Boy. He doesn't have too much burning on him if he can resustain and just get some good burning onto Control Freak. Holy, that was really good job from both of them. That was a really good job from coming out from both of them. And we have Grimjack inside our stream today. What's up to Grimjack? One of the strongest Ellies that we have. I would have loved to see Magic Boy and Grimjack go toe-to-toe one day. That would be a pleasure. And if you haven't seen Grimjack on stream, guys, I highly recommend that you check him out. These are other streamers that I highly recommend as well. So please check those guys out. And this is the community Discord. So if you want to keep track of when our Season 3 matches take place, so Wednesday and Saturdays are 1v1s and 2v2s. So I posted it in the Discord and the link to the sign up, so you can go to the Discord, sign up for the 1v1s, and be able to qualify for the Season 3 playoffs coming up. We're going to be starting donations all throughout Season 3 to try to donate or to try to raise as much donations for a big, huge pot prize at the end. And keep in mind, guys, Mighty Teapot has a huge, massive tournament in June. It's a 5v5. It's going to be over $7,500 of actual cash that he's attempting to raise, and I'm damn sure he's going to get there, and over $500,000 gold of in-game currency that he's going to be giving out to the winners. So I highly recommend that you guys check that out. Build Control Freak, please. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Really apologize. Honor Zeal with Firebrand. He's running here with Axe, Shield with Scepter, and Focus. Revenant with Harrier's Amulet. I record all these, so if that was a little fast, you'll be able to go to look at it after and take a look. And PH Magic Boy did really good. I think PH Magic Boy finished in our top 5 of our series, and as well with Control Freaks finished top first, was top 1 in our 1v1 series, and he's proving that today, doing a really good job. Actually eliminated our number 4 seed White Shorts. So we got PH Magic Boy over here running with Sword Focus, running with Ore and Sage Amulet. Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. So here we go into game 2. A lot of pressure onto BH Magic Boy. He's got to be able to counter onto Control Freak. Control Freak, which is Symbol Goddess, was able to put a lot of the pressure and control most of the pace of that match. You can see BH Magic Boy usually on the run on that one. Control Freak just constantly pressuring, and that's what you got to kind of do against Weaver. You can't give them any quarter, got to constantly pressure. And Magic Boy tries to counter with some good burning damage, but Control Freak is always ready and waiting in anticipation for it with that quick clear. So Magic Boy never has that big opportunity to get that counter pressure and kind of turn the momentum around. As you can see here, he's trying to counter pressure, but he can't, and he has to stay within melee range. But once he does that, he's subjugated to the symbols and the axe pulls and all that big pressure. As you can see, as soon as they go into a melee fight, Control Freak drops the symbol and forces Magic to fight in there and says, if you want to open up on melee, you're going to have to fight me in my territory. And it makes it very difficult for Magic Boy. He's got to find some way to get around this tactic that Goddess is using, or maybe try to get some extra pressure so when he does pull him out, he's able to get that burning down. But let's take a quick look at Symbol Brand's cooldowns over here. This is going to be difficult. He's got his work cut out for him. A lot of pressure. He's not able to get any utility forced out of Goddess. So when he does go for that big damage, it's going to be hard for him to keep that sustain down. Or that sustained damage down. Nice job from the control. Just completely having his way with Magic Boy in this one. It's going to be really tough. This is why the Control Freak is one of the top dogs in this tournament today. Lots of pressure. BH Magic Boy trying to do everything he can. He might be trying to sustain until the map mechanic. Maybe this is where he gets the advantage, because we saw in the game 1 of this series that he was able... Magic Boy started at 27% health. Magic Boy Control Freak started at 90, and they ended up with Control Freak at like 17%. So really big deficit in the health pool exchange at the map mechanics. So this is maybe what Magic Boy was waiting for. Here he goes, dropping the Swirling Winds, mitigating a lot of that Scepter damage coming out. Nice CC, drops the Shield of Wrath to mitigate any counter pressure that Magic Boy has from that CC. He's doing a good job of holding on to his health. Goddess doesn't have much left. He's using a lot of their utility. This is where Magic Boy wants him to be. He's got to be careful. Nice cleanse from Magic Boy to get rid of a lot of those burnings. Control Freak sitting really low. He doesn't have any burning on them though. The Magic Boy's not able to get that pressure. Big symbol coming out. Good push from Magic Boy. That's it. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Beautiful play from Symbol of Goddess, and this is why these people are top tier. When they see even that fraction of that window's opening a crack, they will shove themselves through it and get through it. He saw that window of opportunity, Shield of Absorption came up, that AoE was all over the surface. He wasn't going to be able to come back up on the ramp, and he saw that he was in a perfect situation. He ended up getting the push and getting that. Oh, that was an incredible win. Great strategy. Really good job cucking PH Magic Boy on that. I would have loved to see a Game 3, and we were well on our way to see a Game 3 on that one, but Control Freak said, nuh-uh, not today. Good job by Magic Boy. Now we're going into our finals, guys. This is the cream of the crop. The cream has risen to the top. Hey, that rhymed. Kodo versus Control Freak. And now, as I mentioned, guys, this is for 2,000 gems worth of winnings, because this is my first playoff tournament. I did have a little couple bumps and Hero Poet. I did have a couple of bumps and bruises along the way. I bought gems and realized that I cannot gift them, so I have to either let the winner choose items worth 2,000 gems in the gem store that I gift that to him, or I convert the gems to gold and give them to you. Next season will be very different. I'll be able to have a little better of a situation for the prizes, but this is why I made my first playoff tournament only 1v1. We're not having a 2v2 playoff tournament this time, and I've only made it 12 participants, so we can keep it kind of low and just kind of mitigate any kind of damage that I cause if I fuck anything up. So here we go, Symbol of Goddess versus Kodo. I'll show their builds right after this really quickly. Kodo's doing a really good job so far on this tournament, but Control Freak just really dominating. This is a best of 5 series. Just so I let everybody know. Always, my finals are always best of 5. Nice job from Kodo trying to get the counter pressure. He's waiting for that glint heal. He does get the glint heal, but great job from Control Freak, keeping very good eye on the animation or the buff over here at the top. Kodo's in big trouble. Glint Elite has been used. Symbol of Goddess is just trailing on him. Wow, that was the farthest extent of that axe's reach, and he does get the pressure onto him. And this is why Control Freak was number 1 in our 1v1 series, really dominating over here. He did have a couple of little hiccups. White Shorts almost got him. PH Magic Boy almost got him. But Kodo's got his work out for him on this one. Firebrand does counter Rev, but the Rev can make some changes to his build, some slight changes, nothing too major. So that's game 1. That goes to Symbol of Goddess. Once again, guys, thank you so much for coming. If you like this type of stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. It's kind of like patting me on the back, letting me know I'm doing a good job. This is our first ever playoffs. This is our playoffs from our 2nd season. We are starting our 3rd season. It's already been active. Our seasons follow the same line as the Guild Wars 2 seasons. So when Guild Wars 2 seasons start, our seasons start. So, and when they end, ours end. Our playoffs are on the interim between seasons. So Honor, Zeal, and Firebrand. We got Axe and Shield running here. Scepter, Focus, Revenant with Harrier. We got Kodo on this side running with Demolisher, Leadership, Sword, Staff. He's got Devastation, Invocation, and Herald. Also, guys, we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of this tournament. It's going to be a little 40 gold giveaway for all of you guys participating, or all of you guys in the Twitch chat here. I'm going to open up that giveaway right now. Hold on. Here we go. We'll play. Nice pull coming out from Control Freak. Kodo's got his work out for him. He's got to be really careful. He's got to really try to bait that heal, because against top tier players, that Revenant heal is very obvious. It's very the animation is very obvious. You see the buff on the player's screen. So it's very difficult, especially against this type of player, Control Freak. Kind of having their way with Kodo. So guys, the giveaway is open. If you want to participate in the giveaway, you have to write what I wrote in the Twitch chat. Playoffs. Playoffs in the Twitch chat. It's 40 gold. 40 gold is for the giveaway. So if you want to participate in the giveaway, type playoffs in the Twitch chat like I just did. Playoffs in the Twitch chat to participate for 40 gold giveaway at the end of the stream. Kodo's in a lot of trouble. He just had his glint heal. If he was able to get that, maybe he could have created some counter pressure, but that's Control Freak that takes game 2. Now they're really starting to put some pressure onto Kodo. Let's see if he's able to pull this off. This looks like Control Freak that might be taking this. Thank you so much for that. Woot woot. I really appreciate that. Follow Mr. Cloister. Anybody can join in the giveaway, guys. You don't have to be a follower or a subscriber, but followers and subscribers do get way more luck. You don't have to be either to participate. Just type playoffs. But if you want more luck, just click that follow or that subscribe. Thank you, Ebo Lapma, for the follow. I really do appreciate it, guys. Playoffs in the Twitch chat to be able to participate for this giveaway, 40 gold giveaway. Just type playoffs in the Twitch chat. So here we go. This is game 3, potentially the last game of our playoffs, and it might potentially be Control Freak, but to be honest, guys, I've seen it on more than one occasion where the finals have gone to a 2-0 series, and the other opponent ends up winning with a 3-2 series, winning in a complete skunk, 3 matches right away, one after the other. Woo woo, Gherkin Viva, thank you so much for the follow, man. I really do appreciate that, guys. Giveaway at the end of the stream. Type playoffs in the Twitch chat, 40 gold. You don't have to be a follower or a subscriber, but followers and subscribers get more luck. So here we go, Control Freak. Really starting to frustrate Kodo a little bit. Every time he goes from the engage, nice job on that heal on that one. Tries to get the Glint Elite, but Control Freak noticing it right away. It's really tough to play Revenant at a high level, especially against higher level class. There's so much obvious animations, all the way from Shackling Wave to the heal to the Glint Elite. Just very difficult stuff. Woo woo, Davos, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime, buddy. I really do appreciate that. Woo woo. Thank you, Davos. You're the best, man. Thank you. Every time you guys support support me like that. Just makes me go harder and harder and harder, and just makes me want to do it more and more and more, man. Take a look at my highlights video. This is our 85th 1v1, our first ever playoffs, and this is we're going into our 3rd season so far. Good job by Kodo over here on the Sword 3, trying to keep that pressure. Valiant effort coming out from Kodo. This is the counter to him, so it's going to be a little difficult for him to keep this pressure up, but I give my hats off to you, Kodo, making it all the way. This is the creme de la creme of our 1v1 season, guys. In the 2 seasons that we've done, 1v1 and 2v2, we've had over 400 individual participants in the 2 seasons that we've done for 1v1 and 2v2. Whoop whoop. Thank you so much, Davos, for the follow and the Twitch Prime sub. Really, really good stuff. So there we have it today, guys. Symbol Goddess Zoe. That's Control Freak, one of the top players of NA. And this is actually with her team was able to eliminate Team USA in the monthly as well. So very strong. I look forward to seeing great things from this team. And there's a lot of other guys that are starting to come up. So I'm going to be doing the giveaway right now, guys. I'm also going to be looking for someone to stream. I'm not sure who to stream. Let's see if we can find anybody. But if you guys want to participate in the giveaway type playoffs, like I just did in the Twitch chat, playoffs in the Twitch chat, and you will be able to enter. You don't have to be a follower or a subscriber, but followers and subscribers get way more luck. Whoa, what was that? Alright, guys. So we're going to host the Zytha. She's playing Guild Wars 2. I'm not sure who she is. She's going to be playing. So you guys, last chance. We're closing the giveaway in 10 seconds. Closing the giveaway in 10. Is it too late to join? No, Big O, you can join in the giveaway. Playoffs into the Twitch chat. Playoffs. Type playoffs into the Twitch chat. I'm doing the giveaway in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm doing the giveaway, guys. Playoffs in the Twitch chat. Here we go. Here we go. Who's going to be the winner? Davos. What? And Davos just subscribed. My man, Davos. 40 gold to you, sir. Either whisper me in game, Bloodhound 1674. That's my in-game name, Davos, or whisper me your in-game name, and I will mail you your 40 gold winning. And Control Freak, I will be talking to you right now to see what you want from the gem store, or if you want to convert the gems to gold so I can give you your winnings. So, Davos, please whisper me in-game, or write to me your in-count name. I know you're here. I'm going to give him about 2 minutes, and if he's not here, unfortunately, I will have to re-roll. But I'm going to give him a minute. I know he just subscribed and he just followed, so he's a really strong dude, so I don't want to give it. Yes, Davos, there you are. Whisper me your in-game name, Davos, or whisper me in-game, Bloodhound 1674. And I will send you, okay, sweet. Bloodhound 1674, so you have that. Don't go very far. Perfect. And I'll send that to you. I'm going to be hosting another Guild Wars 2 streamer. Her name is Zytha. She's very new. She's got a couple of streamers there. Zytha. So give her a big welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming out to the tournament today. A lot of viewers, a lot of helpful hands. You guys were a great crowd. We had fucking awesome competition. I'm going to be putting this into my highlights video. I'll be back tomorrow. We stream every single day. World v World, 1v1s, 2v2s, all that good stuff. Yeah, everything goes to first. So don't forget to whisper me, Davos. I'm going to be signing out right now. We're going to be hosting Zytha. So thank you so much, guys, and give her a big welcome.